live on YouTube. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? How's everyone doing today? Hopefully there are some people out there that can verify they can hear me clearly and see me clearly. It is a beautiful day out here in Redwood City, California today. It is about 80 degrees. When I left my place, my car said the outside temperature was 91, but you know when your car is sitting in the sun, it's going to read at a higher, temperature level. And as I started to move, it went down to around 81 or so. It's about 80 degrees right now. And I couldn't ask for any better weather in September. Weather's still great. And that's how it is out here in the San Francisco Bay Area. We typically have great weather and like late winters. Even when wintertime comes around, it still feels like summer sometimes. But that's why the cost of living is so high out here. But yeah, let me see here. Beastmaster, what's kicking, Coach? Good day for you, I hope. You try and head back to you. Hey, at Lewis Fuller, glad to see you, man. Now, Beastmaster, I'm gonna address what you just said again, bro, because we've been down this road before. And again, Beastmaster, I don't really know who you are. I've never ever seen a picture of you. I don't know what your real name is. For all I know, you could be trolling, bro. And I know you've donated before, but still, bro. You're coming out here and you're saying that I hope you can head back to being you. I'm always me, Beastmaster. Is that the Queen? Queen, welcome back. It's so nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? Yeah, that recall election is happening tonight. CNN is going to be starting coverage at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, and I will be watching. And I don't know, I may do a late night stream from the studio tonight. I was thinking about, doing a stream to cover this ridiculous recall election. Another ploy by the GOP. That's just my opinion. They're already thinking, they already know they're going to lose, right? So they're already thinking about how are they going to say that there was voter fraud again, just like what Trump did for many months in the general election for the presidency, right? Here we go again, right? You know what people will do for attention nowadays on the internet, right? Stupid things like this, man. That's just my opinion, though. I'm just one man, and I have my opinion, right? And I'm entitled to it, right? That's about all I'm entitled to is my opinion, right? And maybe the right to free enterprise, right? And maybe a little bit of freedom of speech, too, right? That pretty much covers my opinion, right? Well, anyway, I understand where you're coming from, Queen. I know you have your opinions, and I respectfully disagree on this one, but, it is what it is. But it's nice to have you here, and I know you've been busy putting out a lot of tweets and other stuff. But anyway, so we might as well just get right to it here. Probably going to do 4 laps at the park today, and I'll be on the air for the first 2. And I'm trying to keep these live streams shorter, at least the Walking with Purpose ones, keep them to an hour or less so they're more consumable. So let's get right to it. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from Red Morton Park here in beautiful Redwood City, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. This is episode number 129, Queen, and you've, like I always say when I do these Walking with Purpose streams, you've been here from the very beginning, Queen, when I started doing these a couple years back. They used to be a bit crazier than they are today, but we've kind of learned how to manage these YouTube ropes much better, right? We've lived and we've learned, right? Let me see here real quick. The mainstream media is nothing more than woke news. That's funny, Queen. Well, yeah, sometimes they are, Queen, and sometimes they get it right. I mean, you know, what it all boils down to, Queen, is money. What can make us money? What can draw us the biggest audience? So that way the sponsors can pay us the most amount of money to put their commercials on our programming, right? That's what it all boils down to, Queen. This whole world nowadays, especially the digital world, is all ruled by money. People have done the most ridiculous and unreasonable things in the mainstream media and, you know, on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and, you know, those platforms that are known as alternative media, right, Queen? We have the alternative media and we have the mainstream media, right? The reason why the mainstream media has, you know, started to change up their ways and kind of, you know, at times, you know, fib things is because they're competing with the alternative media, right? You know, before social media and the internet came out, it was just about TV. That was the only way to get the information, right? Or wait for the newspaper, right? So, yeah, I get you on that one, Queen. I totally get it. And yeah, I mean, you know, you're right about certain things, and other things, you know, they get it right. Other things, they get it wrong. We are the news now. Well, Queen, we are a bunch of individuals on the internet stating our opinions, right? And some of us are saying, okay, it's not an opinion, it's a fact, right? But I mean, I like to just call it opinions, right? And let the people decide what they think about my opinions, right? That's just how I look at it. But anyway, yeah, today's topic is a man's purpose defines his happiness. And women are not his purpose. One more time. A man's purpose defines his happiness. And women are not his purpose. Before I check out the chat again in a second here, I want to start off by saying here that to all you guys out there that have been struggling with women, either getting a woman or keeping a woman around, some of you guys will start dating a woman and she'll be with you for a little while, but then afterwards, you know, after a little while, she ends up leaving you and you don't understand why she's left you. And this more so pertains to our younger, newer generation, the wonderful, glorious, amazing millennials, the Gen Y millennials, and now the successors, right? The the aftermath of the millennials, which are the Gen Zers, Gen Z, the post-millennial generation known as the I generation, like the iPhone, right? It's ironic that they named the Gen Zers the I generation. See, Gen Y and Gen Z men, and even some Gen X men too, don't get this, right? But it's more so the Gen Y men and the Gen Z men, right? If you can understand what I'm about to share with you here today, it will completely change your life in all aspects of your life, because people, especially women around you, are going to start respecting you a lot more. So you guys don't realize how you're coming off when you make women your purpose, because a woman is not your purpose, and a woman should not be the sole reason for your happiness. But to a lot of guys out there, they are completely unhappy unless they have a woman in their life. It's kind of like the Jerry Maguire days. You complete me. You had me at hello, right? That crap doesn't work anymore nowadays. I mean, it's a nice sentiment, right? And, there are some old school women that love that cheesy shit, right? And I get it, right? But that's not the way it is. Today, like I've said before, and I'll say it again, today, it's not about completing each other. It's about sharing each other's completeness together. Meaning that a man and a woman come together in a relationship already individually complete. They're complete as two separate individuals, and they get together and they share each other's completeness together. That's a healthy way to look at it, right? But a lot of our younger men just don't get this. And I keep hearing stories. About this. Even from this new woman I started to hang out with. I hung out with her yesterday and a little bit today. And things seem to be going well. And, she really loves what I do. She loves the personal development stuff. And, she shared some of her stories, which I'm going to kind of touch up on one here again for example purposes because it pertains to this topic and was an inspiration point to do this topic today. So, before I get to that, let me check out the chat here real quick. Hey, Lewis Fuller, how you doing, bro? Good evening, Eli. Good evening to you as well, Lewis. Queen Helen K says, hello, Lewis. Lewis says, hi, Queen. You know what, Queen? It's funny. People have been asking for you. Beastmaster was asking, where's my queen? I'm like, she's probably busy, tearing it up on Twitter. I'll say it again. Man, I'm sweating pretty bad today. I'm wearing one of my older green shirts. I just kind of threw this on. Anyway, don't mind me if I don't look aesthetically pleasing like I usually do, right? But I'll say this again about Queen Helen Casey. She is one of the most interesting people I've ever encountered. She has no filter, which I respect. And, she speaks her mind about things, no matter how crazy they may be. And I have the utmost respect for her on that. And again, like I keep saying, the great thing about Queen, I wish more people handle things like Queen. If we disagree on something, we can be friends at the end of the day and have a civil conversation about it. And that's how I've always been with people, but not everyone that disagrees with you is going to disagree with you respectfully. Typically, people that disagree with you, are going to attack you and try to kick you down and try to change you into their belief system, right? And Queen doesn't do that. She just comes out and does her thing. She comes out, does her thing, makes her points, but doesn't force people to change their ways. It creates an interesting conversation, Queen. It really does. Because here's the thing, if we all agree on everything, right? If let's say the liberals and the conservatives, let's say we just isolated from each other, right? And let's say we split up the U.S. of A here where we live, the United States of America. Let's say we split up the country in half, right? And first half is on the West Coast where all the liberals live, and then the second half is on the East Coast where all the conservatives live. And we're not allowed to cross into each other's territories. We're not allowed to communicate with each other online. We just live individual lives as liberals and conservatives. That would be a boring life, Queen. That would be extremely boring because, it would be a bunch of people you know, living in their environment, completely agreeing with everything, and there would be nothing fascinating, nothing interesting to talk about. It would it would be boring. There would be no need for the news or provocative thoughts or anything like that, right? Give me a second. I'm going to be passing by somebody who's using the leaf blower. That's what I'm trying to say. I think he's just waiting for me to pass by. That's pretty nice and respectful. He's not cranking that thing. You'll probably hear it in a second here, right? He'll probably gun that blower. There he goes. Yeah. So let's get back to the topic and discuss what is a man's purpose, because a man's purpose defines his happiness. What truly makes a man happy? I'm going to use myself as an example. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. What is my purpose? My purpose, I figured, in life has always been to help uplift people, to support people. A lot of people are dropping off ballots. We have official ballot boxes here. Hey, Queen, at least it's interesting. I live in California, and I can sit here and show you folks this stuff. This facility is not a vote center for this election. Yeah, but they have drop boxes. Like right over there. There's a drop box, official ballot drop box. And then it says, vote here. Oh, so it's basically they have the vote here sign pointing to the drop box. So it's not an official voting center where you can go in. I actually, used, one of the mail-in ballots, right? So now what's going to happen? What's going to happen when Newsom wins and he's not recalled, right? They're going to say there's a lot of voter fraud because there are too many mail-in ballots, right? The mail-ins or the drop-offs, right? Here we go again, man. This is like a replay of the general national presidential election, but for the governor of California. Man, I hate politics. Let's see here. Lots of people are voting for Larry Elder. Just my allergies kicking my butt, says Lewis. He said he's doing good. I actually feel pretty good today, Lewis. I took my my allergy medication, my Allegra. And then later on in the day, I take Flonase as well, especially if I go on the air from the studio. I typically will use Flonase right before that because it gives me, enough, allergy protection. And what do you call that? It keeps my nostrils clear so I can get through my shows. If not, the allergies kick in and you know how that goes, right? People riding their bikes. It's a nice day. So, my purpose is to help people. I love helping people with their business and personal success. I love helping people better themselves, men and women, to try to, attract a life partner. And at the same time, I help people, get into the career of their choice, which involves primarily your purpose. Whether you want to work for somebody else, or you're already working for somebody else and you want to get promoted or get a better job, or you want to transition into becoming a self-employed entrepreneur like myself. That's my purpose. My purpose is to help people in those aspects. I just love helping people in general. I love uplifting people. I love being nice to people. I love being respectful to people. I like to try to set the example of how to live a good, happy, and healthy life. We have too much, we have too many crazy things happening in this world nowadays. We have too much drama. We have too much hate. Too many just crazy things happening. People unnecessarily dying, getting murdered, beat up. Just too many crazy things. So my purpose has always been to, be good to people and teach them to be good to others and just eliminate all aspects of drama and hate. You get rid of the drama and the hate, you're going to see how much better your life is. You're going to be attracting more positive people into your life. So when you guys are getting to know a woman, well, let me share the story here of this woman that I've been seeing lately. And she told me the story of her ex. She said he was a really good guy when she first met him, and everything was good. But she started to see, some things that he was doing that were a big turnoff. He became complacent. He would do what he would do is play video games all day, even while he's at work. I believe that's what she said. Because he was a security guard working at a place that, I think he was working there at night. There's nothing typically happening, so all he had to do is make sure nobody breaks into the building. And since that typically doesn't happen, he would just sit on his ass and play video games all night, right? And so, how do you think she looked at this guy? She said that she started thinking in her head that, well, this guy really has no purpose. All he does is play video games. He has no desire to better himself. He's not making a whole lot of money, which, she wasn't complaining about the money. But to be honest with you, part of a man's purpose and what makes a man feel good about himself is having enough money to survive. You don't have to be the richest man in the world. You just have to make enough money to take care of yourself. And if you want to bring a special lady into your life, that you're able to do your part in taking care of her too. On the flip side, because women are liberated nowadays, they need to bring the same thing to the table. So it's a two-way street. But nowadays, you have a lot of men that are just very confused regarding what their purpose is because of the way things are, because women are stronger now. They've been liberated, like I've been saying, all along since I've been running this channel. They're independent. They're buying their own homes, their own cars. They're making their own money, right? They don't really need a man for survival. That doesn't mean they don't want a man to add to their happiness, right? And that's the way you want to look at it. The way you want to look at it, guys, is to not be dependent on a woman for your happiness. Because if you're dependent on a woman for your happiness, she's going to end up noticing that right away, because women are very intuitive. They're very in tune with their mind, their body, their heart, their soul, right? They can pick up on the slightest variations. And as a man, if you're dependent on your woman for your happiness, you're going to automatically, without even realizing it, become very clingy. Because you're only going to feel happy when you're around her, when you're holding her, right? And what's going to happen is you're going to be holding her all the time, to the point of where she's gonna feel like she can't breathe. She's gonna feel like you're not able to give her any space. Part of having a healthy relationship is being able to give the woman that you're with breathing room and space. Even when you're with her, even if you live with her, give her some space, right? Even if you're sleeping with her in the same bed every night, you don't have to hold on to her all night. Now, sometimes you might do that, right? Other times, give her some space, right? And then let her come to you, right? It's funny to me, and it's not funny at the same time. Like, the less interest I show in a woman, it's not even not showing interest. The less attention I give her, or the more space I give her, just being cool, the more she wants to get closer to me, right? Because I'm not coming off as needy, weak, desperate, or insecure, and I'm not coming off in a way where I'm dependent on her coddling me all day, every day to feel happy, right? I'm not dependent on her for my happiness. Another thing, is that there are guys out there. Well, before I get to that, let me just check out the chat. Thank you for saying what needed to be said, Joe Shipley says. A lot of people are voting for Larry Elder, says Queen. All right. What were you specifically talking about, Joe? Welcome to the show. I haven't seen you in a while. Great to see you here today. So a lot of guys out there, right? A lot of guys out there expect a lot from a woman. And then on the flip side, they want a woman to accept them for who they are, right? But a lot of these guys, they don't focus on their purpose, which is, what makes them happy. Typically, it's their job, right? What they do for a living, and not only how much money they make, right? And if they make enough to survive and make a respectful, decent amount, right? But do they actually enjoy what they do, right? Or are they just doing the job they're doing because it's the only job they can get to make any kind of money, right? A lot of these guys don't realize that one of the most important things and one of the most attractive things to women is, do you actually enjoy what you do for a living, regardless of how much money you make? And even if you're making less money than her, or maybe you're still making more than her, but you're not making a whole lot of money, you're making an average income, are you striving to make more money or to better yourself financially and in other ways, right? And a lot of guys will come out and say, well, I just want a woman to accept me for me. Women have too many unreasonable expectations. And some of them do. I'm not going to lie. I've talked about it before. But even the ones that don't have unreasonable expectations are still going to expect you to take care of yourself as best as possible and to strive to always better yourselves in the way that you as a man are expecting the woman to take care of herself as best as possible and strive to better herself too, right? Do you want to be with a woman? As a guy, do you want to be with a woman that doesn't have her shit together? So if you expect her to have her shit together, why shouldn't she be allowed to expect the same thing from you? A lot of guys don't realize that, right? And then, so I asked this woman earlier today about her ex. I'm like, so why did you give this guy a chance if you knew he was this type of person? Maybe you're just too nice of a person like myself or like I used to be. And I'm not saying I'm not a nice person anymore, but, I don't I don't feel sorry for people anymore. That's what I told her. I said, it kind of seems like you gave him a chance because you felt sorry for him, and you're just that kind of person that likes to help everyone. This woman used to be a nurse in the past, so she's got that, she's got that desire in her head and heart to save the world like I do. It's been ironic how similar this woman and I are, and we're only a year and a half apart. I'm a year and a half older than her. We've listened to similar music, etc., right? But yeah, she said that I wanted to give him a chance because nobody else would give him a chance, and I guess I felt sorry for him or felt bad for him, right? Well, that's why it didn't work out. Relationships are never going to work out when you start dating someone because you feel sorry for them and you want to give them a chance because no one else will, and you're just such a good person. You want to be the one that fixes them, or you want to be the one that does the good deed because it's the good deed that makes you feel good, right? But that relationship is doomed to fail, right? Because as a woman, there's nothing strong about a man that you feel sorry about. Women are attracted to a man's strength and they're repelled by a man's weakness, right? Emotional weakness, physical weakness, mental weakness, etc., right? But more so emotional weakness, right? Or any weakness in general. I feel really good today. This might not be the most professional thing to say, but it's amazing what a really nice, good dump will do. When you weren't feeling as great earlier this morning, and you get back home and you hit that toilet, let me tell you. Ah, man, nice, clear stomach allows your body, your overall body, to function a lot better, right? I'll get to the chat here in just a second on the side. So that's what's happening nowadays. A lot of people are just giving people chances because they feel sorry for them, right? Another thing I told her is that it kind of sounds like it was a codependent relationship. It's expensive to live in the area we live in. So, even though he wasn't making a whole lot of money, some money is better than no money, right? If you can get someone to split rent with 50-50, then hey, I can understand that, right? But is it worth it being with somebody you're not really attracted to and don't respect, just to have half the rent paid, right? And then I think she even told me that it got to the point of where he wasn't even paying, his rent, his part of the rent. So, go figure, right? Zero Infinity Live. Hello, everyone. How's everyone today? What's up, Zero Infinity? How you been? Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for talking about giving chances. Is there a way to make a better relationship of the guy if the guy gets his shit together? Well, there's always a way to better yourself, dude. But if what you're saying is, you're dating a woman, or someone was dating a woman, and the woman broke up with him or with you because you didn't have your shit together, right? If you get your shit together, does that mean you're going to immediately get her to come back? No, you may never get her back. What you want to do in that situation is let her go. Forget that she exists. Never call her, text her, email her. Never reach out to her again. Just be you. Focus on you. Change for the better within yourself or for yourself. Maybe you need to lose a few pounds. Maybe you need to get some better clothing. Maybe your attitude sucked, right? Better yourself, right? And what's going to happen? You're going to start attracting good women again, right? And if you post on social media, or if you have mutual friends with this ex-woman, maybe she'll find out through the grapevine, through social media or mutual friends, that you've turned your life around. You become a better person. Then she might reach out to you. But if she never reaches out to you, then you never reach out to her again. If she was the one that ended the relationship, she's the only one that can bring it back to the table, right? Because if you reach out to her, it's kind of like you as a man going to her and you're begging her for another chance. And that's not masculine energy. Masculine energy is certainty, is, being happy within yourself, independent of women, right? If you start chasing her, that displays weakness. That displays that you need a woman to make you feel happy. If you chase her, in essence, you're making the woman your purpose, and you're displaying to her that you need her for your happiness, and that's very unattractive, and that's not masculine energy. Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in. Got another half a lap to go, maybe another 12 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to be going off the air. And I'll be finishing the last 2 laps off the air here. So if you get your questions, comments, and concerns in right now, I'll address them before I go off the air. Thank you for addressing this. Queen says, hello, Zero. What if they are still together? Well, if they're still together, bro, and, let's say the guy doesn't have his shit together and he's being complacent or doesn't make enough money or has no desire to better himself, at some point, she's going to probably cheat on him and leave him, right? Either that or whatever he brings to the table, she's using him because maybe she's codependent financially and maybe emotionally. Maybe he's just a temporary filler until she finds what she really wants. There are many women that do that. I've been with some. One in particular, in my early 40s. She was going through a divorce. She was legally separated, and she needed the emotional support, spiritual support, physical support, mental support throughout that process. I did help her out, and she repaid me by cheating on me with a coworker. And once she, felt comfortable that that coworker was going to be with her, then she left and went off with him. Maybe it's one of those relationships. The truth of the matter is this. Men are leaders, and women can be leaders too. I'm not saying that women are not capable of being leaders. In the modern world, they are, right? But in a relationship, the natural chemistry that brings a man and woman together is the man being the leader and the woman being a little more submissive. Now, it doesn't mean you control your woman or you're demanding, right? You respect her, but at the same time, you respect yourself. And you don't put yourself above her, but you also don't put her below you. You're each other's equals, but like I've always said, if the man is not at least a slight bit above in the one-up position over the woman, it will never work out. And she, no matter what she says, she'll lose respect for you. And what I mean in the one-up position, I mean that I believe in a relationship, men need to have 50.1% of the power and women need to have 49.9%. That's as close to equal as possible, with the man being slightly one up or slightly in the one-up position. And again, why is that important? Because if a woman perceives you to be weak, needy, desperate, insecure, if she perceives you to bring less to the table than she does, no matter how nice of a woman she is, right? Eventually, she's gonna feel like something is off. She's gonna feel like, why is she with you when she has more to bring to the table than you do, right? Women have always been attracted to successful men, and not just, with the amount of money they make, but men that know how to carry themselves. And men that are confident. And men that don't kiss a woman's ass or put women on a pedestal thinking that that's the way to their heart. It's not. That's the way to the exit door. If you do that. That's the truth of the matter. I got to show you the sun here. The iPhone 12 Pro Max will have some great auto exposure. Just beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. This time I'm going to go over to that ballot box, that drop box, and just show it to you a little more closely. I'll probably come back later tonight for a late night stream. I'm in the mood to stream from the studio again. Maybe I'll have an update on the recall election. We got a PT Cruiser pulling in. There's a PT Cruiser at the ballot box. Everyone's turning into the ballot box. Yeah, that is the PT Cruiser. The irony in that one, huh? Inside joke. Let me just come over here for a second and take a look at the chat. Huh. What I meant by that's messed up is the story you just told. Okay. Exit stage left, says Queen Helen Casey. I'll say this. What goes around comes around. The way you treat people is the way you can get treated back. If you do stupid things to harm people, those stupid things will come back to bite you in the ass. It just makes me wonder how some people just don't get that. After many, many years of doing the same thing over and over and over again and having to deal with the same negative consequences, right? One day people will learn from their mistakes and they'll stop making them, right? Give me a second here. Are you being gang stalked? I recall the PT Cruiser story before, so just asking. Yes, karma's a B. I don't really want to talk too much about it, dude. I've moved past all that. But no, I mean, I'm not being gang stalked or anything like that, man. If you want to find out more about what's going on, Zero Infinity, go back and watch my stream from 2 days ago. I did not stream yesterday. I took the day off. It's about an hour-long stream where I pretty much explained everything you're asking right now. So if you watch that, it has a little over 300 views now. You'll know exactly what's going on. It's not that I don't want to talk about it, bro, but I don't want to sound like a broken record. And, you know, there comes a point in time where you just have to move on from stuff, right? So that's that. So yeah, like I said, as a man, you need to always strive to better yourself. Same with women too, because women, you know, they're liberated now. Women are in the workforce, and you know, men and women, for the most part, you know, are very similar, at least, you know, with the equal rights thing and in the workforce and all that, right? Now, we're biologically different. Our emotions are different, etc. But as far as, you know, living life, working, surviving, you know, having a place to live, having a car to drive, etc., men and women are the same. Hang on, let me check out the chat here real quick. I'm glad you have. Okay. Good people handle that one. Yeah. Here's the thing. Zero Infinity. I'll say this. Oh man, here comes the ice cream truck over here. I'm just hoping that music is not copyrighted on the ice cream truck music. Could give me a content ID claim, right? If that ice cream truck gives me a content ID claim, I'm going to come back and, God dang, that thing is so loud. Whew. They crank it up because it's a warm day and they want to sell a ton of ice cream and make lots of profit, right? So anyway, God, that thing is still loud. I can still hear that thing. God dang. Oh, now it's just, now I'm far enough away from it. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, give me a second here, folks. So I'll say this, Zero Infinity. You know, people are trying to get me to re-engage into nonsensical drama. And that's not going to happen. At the same time, bro, I got to do what I got to do to keep my business moving forward. When people do certain things, you know, to try and prevent someone like me from having my right to free enterprise and all that, I got to do what I got to do. You know? But what's ironic to me is this, Zero Infinity, is that, you know, I haven't talked about these people for a while. And they keep trying to re-engage. Not just with me, but with other people that used to engage with them. Why? Because they have no other content. And some of these people are getting paid a lot of money from a fake sponsor to do this type of content. In order to keep making that money, they have to do this, right? And it's stupid, bro, because the same old shit, different day, right? It's the same thing that's been repeated for the last 3-4 years, right? And people are sick and tired of it, right? And it just makes me wonder that, or it makes me wonder if this sponsor that's paying these creators a lot of money to do this type of content is purposefully saying to try to re-engage with Eli and these other people because he wants to see the audience even get tired of it. This guy that's paying these creators money is a sick man. He gets off on sick stuff, right? It's just pathetic. It's stupid, dude. And it doesn't faze me at all. You know, it's one thing, bro, if you instigate stuff with this group of people or any drama group of people, right? If you instigate something, right? But if you haven't even said a thing about certain people and they continue to make videos on you, negative videos, and they continue to do other things to attack your brand and business and all that, right? Unprovoked, then obviously there's something, you know, there's something deeper happening there. And it's not even that they want to do it. It's the fact that they're being forced to do it so they can continue making a paycheck. People will do whatever it takes to make money nowadays, right? It is what it is. Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in. I'm about to go off the air here in just about 5 minutes. We are at 51 minutes. So guys, look. You want to have the best shot of having an amazing life that can't even include an amazing, beautiful woman that will respect and appreciate you. If you want to have that, you have to respect and appreciate yourself first. You have to put yourself in such a good position first, right? Figure out what you're passionate about, what you enjoy doing to help people, right? And then make a career out of that. Either work for somebody else that allows you to do it, or become a self-employed entrepreneur. Like I said, become a self-employed entrepreneur like myself and create your own business regarding your purpose. And work hard to make it successful, because a lot of people, you know, they may come up with a great idea and it involves their purpose, but they don't know how to execute it. They don't know how to monetize it. You have to learn how to monetize your purpose. And if you need help with that, I can help you with that, because I'm not only a personal life coach, I'm a business life coach as well, business and personal success coach / life coach, because business and personal go hand in hand. Zero Infinity Live says, people run sysops on this platform, whether being useful idiots or being paid. It doesn't matter what they do, still fulfills the function of psychological warfare. What is, I've heard that phrase before, bro, but I really don't know what it means. Maybe Queen knows what it means too. You know, PSYOPS. Is it psychops or something like that? What does that mean? I'm almost 48 years old. You know, these new terms nowadays, I don't always understand what they mean, right? Let me know what that means, bro, before I go off the air here, right? But like I said, guys, find something that you love to do for free, right? Here's the best way to look at it. I'll wrap up by saying this, okay? If you enjoy doing something for free, right, that you can monetize, then that's something you're really passionate about, and that's something that could potentially be your purpose, right? I love the life coaching so much that there are times where I do it for free. I give away a lot of stuff for free. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't do it, right? But yes, I do make money doing other things, right, or other aspects of the business. But the point I'm trying to make is this: if you don't enjoy doing what you do for free, you'll never, ever be able to monetize it and make money. Because you're not going to be able to find the strength to push through the rough times and the slow times and the times where you're not going to make a lot of money or no money, and you have to figure out ways to survive. It is a military term using coercion, mental, psychological manipulation to get people off their center balance, or to get them to act a certain way or do something that is not in their interest. That's what this one mid-30s guy has been doing. He did it to me and many other people, and he continues to do it, right? In essence, dude, what you're saying before we go off the air, I've been saying it all along in different words. What people like him do is this. They'll bring you on a live stream panel, and they don't necessarily hate you, really. They're just trying to make content off of you. They're trying to do whatever it takes to trigger you. So they'll make things up, and they'll use that psychological warfare or whatever, right? They'll use that manipulative tactic to lead you to believe something, else is happening, right? And then it'll get you to react, and you get triggered, and next thing you know, they've got you on the hook and being triggered, and then they make content off of you, which further triggers you, and then you keep feeding into it, right? These people that do this type of content, like this mid-30s guy, that's exactly, you just hit the nail on the head. And you know who I'm talking about. I just don't want to mention his name. That's exactly what the mid-30s millennial guy does. He uses these tactics to intentionally trigger people to go back and forth, and then he tries to make himself come off like he's like the god guru of everything, right? And when he comes off that way, the people that have gotten involved in this are trying to defend themselves, and they don't realize that they're falling in this trap, right? They're falling in this trap, and the mid-30s guy doesn't really care about anything besides having the back and forth to create the content, get the views, and to, get donations and continue fulfilling the sponsorship requirement. That's what it's all about. So we're at 56 minutes, folks. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to wait another minute or so to see if anyone else puts a comment in the chat. Zero Infinity Life says the best way to deal with it is a non-reaction, having the ability to untrigger yourself and the ability to ignore, just like I've been doing, bro, right? We know these people keep talking about us, right? And we know why they're doing it. They don't really want to do it. It's fake instigated drama, bro. In other words, what you're saying, the term you use, a sysops or however it's pronounced, is everything I've been saying. It's fake, instigated, nonsensical drama that's done to just create fake beefs to entertain an audience that likes that type of stuff. It's kind of like Jerry Springer. It's kind of like WWE. All it is entertainment. It's a pretty sick form of entertainment, but that's all it boils down to. So I'm going to get out of here, folks, take a couple more laps to the park, and then go grab myself some dinner. I may be back tonight. More than likely, I'll be back later tonight. I've got a couple of topics I may discuss, or I may do both. I've got some updated information regarding the CASE Act, which involves Small Claims Copyright Court. I know a lot of people have been dealing with copyright issues on YouTube lately, but this also involves copyright issues anywhere else. I've done some more research on it and found out some more things. And I want to do a stream soon to share my information on that. And then I may even share some of my thoughts regarding the recall election tonight with Newsom and Elder. So we'll see what happens. All right, folks, with that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye. Bye. We're out. Peace out.